There's another thing that I wanted to kind of dive into with you. I haven't done much talk of establishing a publisher or finding a publisher. I want to know if there's any advice you could have the viewers, what you've learned in that department.
Oh yeah, it, I, I have done these. I don't know, 4 times now.
Mm-hmm.
So I did with Fluffy Horde, then I did with Elderand, Shadow Sacrament, and Mechborn, and of
Mm-hmm.
course Minicore, which failed. So it's 5 times, four successful and one failed.
Mm-hmm.
And what okay, there is a bunch of tips here. The first one is that you need to know this is not a process for you to get money, but rather to you learn.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you can get the money, but first you need to know that you have to use that as a free consultancy. So do not ever let a no go unpunished. And by that I mean learn why did they didn't give you the money.
Mm-hmm.
There is information behind it. So
Mm-hmm.
in other end, which is a Metroidvania, there was this one publisher that said, we did not sign the contract with you because we jump. And what we did at the time is that we spent nearly 3 weeks perfecting the jump. And there was that. We halted searching for new publishers. It's like, let's solve this jump. And that's what we did. And then we talked to another one. And what they said was, you guys are missing a visual wow moment. And then there was the same thing. We start creating like moments, like we call it oh fuck moments.
Mm-hmm.
There was these moments like when they look at this happens right when you see something spectacular. It's like, oh fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. It's like, oh, this we navigated through the games. Like, it can place it here, and it can be placed here, and then minute five, and then minute 8, and then minute 12. So learn from them and use their knowledge, because those guys, they have decades of knowledge. They're getting game like yours
Mm-hmm.
throughout. And another thing is that these people go around. They're not going anywhere. They're going from one publisher to other. So do not go into some sort of blacklist. Be
Mm-hmm.
nice, be respectful. Uh, of course, that you don't need to leak no one's boot, but like yeah, like treat them as human beings. If you get a no, it's a part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see what else. There will be cases that you know that your product is just not good and it's beyond salvation.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's the brutal reality of things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you the guy who made Braid? I forgot his name. Jonathan Blow.
Mm-hmm.
He did recently. He did a new series, a new edition of Braid,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't sell anything because it's a game that it's outside of its time, right? It was great back then in 2011,
Mm-hmm.
but nowadays you cannot find one puzzle platformer on the top 100 of Steam. Out guess
Yeah.
top two, maybe you cannot even find one in the top 300.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to understand why you're getting those no's, and,
Yeah.
and maybe just give up. That is that. And let me see a final thing. Okay, now, especially especially with the war, and people are way more fearful when it comes to investments.
Yeah.
And 2024 being the worst year for video games ever, we haven't come back from it yet. So now publishers, if they were willing to take this amount of risk in the COVID years,
Hmm.
now they are willing to take this amount of risk. So the art, the presentation, if uh, from what I have gathered, it's the biggest source of concern.
Hmm.
The biggest, can you nail the presentation? And being a designer, this was one of the reasons that I failed, because I thought it's like coming with a cool mechanic. People do not care as much unless you're making Poro. You're making Poro again, a new Poro or if you already have traction. But if you're coming with a vertical slice that looks 4 out of 10,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
you'll be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could kind of condense this. Like, let's say that you're a single indie game developer, like, um, and you want to try to get these publishers' attention. It's like, for starters, you're gonna be working for like a year or something. Like, you gotta spend time on the art. This thing's got to be presentable.
Yes.
You need to approach them with complete respect and very humble to everything that they say. You need to thank them for any feedback that they give you, and probably beg for feedback. Go, oh, you
Yes.
guys don't
Yes.
like it? Like, please tell me anything you can
Yes.
tell me to change.
Yes.
Um, there's an oh fuck moment, which I'd like to actually break down with you after this, like, get some thoughts on how to establish this. Um, and then, you gotta realize when to just completely throw in the towel, or
Yeah.
like it's not working out. Um, but it's not indie games. I when I look at indie games, I think 10 years ago or maybe even 15 years ago, they were like, you could do the really basic, pixel art character with almost nothing, or just a basic puzzle game where you're just sliding blocks around. It's like, now, I guess, probably with all the tools and everything as well that we have nowadays, these indie game developers are making games that look like what AAA was like, 15 years ago. Like, you know, I see indie games that look amazing. I mean, your guys' game looks amazing.